take keynotes. There is a sea of sameness, whether you're at a certain price range or you're talking at a high price range or a middle or a beginning price range, or, there's all ranges, right? The bottom of the range or the top of the range. And many speakers are members of the National Speaker Association, or they've utilized 3 or 4 of the same coaches or the same video editors, whether it's
Yes.
so just by default, there's a sea of sameness out there, right? So how do you get that special thing? That I think that's what I'm pointing to. And there's no magic bullet, there's no magic answer. And as a communication coach, I mean, what do you tell people? You're not just a communication coach, but people in their career and their different stages. And, it's like, find out the distinct feature about you and you'll stand out or whatever. It's like, okay, it's easier said than done. That's hard work. It takes sometimes a lifetime to find a voice,
Yeah, you're 100% right, Seth. I mean, I think structurally, one of the things that I find most optimistic about the world of keynotes and meeting planning and events and things like that is that more than most things that we can identify, this is something that actually is safe from AI, in the sense that the idea of bringing people together to have a communal experience is something that, I mean, raw information has certainly been commoditized. You need to know a thing, great, type it in, great. The
Right.
information can be conveyed and you can learn how to do the thing or work your coffee maker or whatever. But definitionally, you are bringing people together not just to give them information. You can send an email if that's all you want. You are bringing them together to have an experience. And maybe that's about team cohesion and bonding. Maybe it's about inspiration or motivation, or getting on the same page and having alignment around a shared purpose or vision. But that is something that is a truly human communal thing. And I think that the event and meeting planning industry and keynotes are going to be a crucial part of that is relatively protected in this new world. So I think that's key. But yeah, for all of us, it's really a question of understanding. I think part of it, we're making our own Venn diagrams, right? For all of us, it's kind of this question of what can I contribute intellectually? Like, what do I know? What skills do I have? And, things that I could pass along. And also, I like to think the other part of the circle is, what is my standing to deliver it? Why am I a useful messenger? Maybe the messenger is because, I had to learn it the hard way. And so I can tell you and share it. Or maybe you have a different take on it by dint of, your age or your background or your culture or whatever it is. But there's sort of a special thing about, like, well, why you as a messenger? And if you can bring those things together in an interesting way, it really does make a unique message.
And that's where the intellectual work comes in. What level of dose is it, where you come from, your experience, you learned it the hard way, and you have to constantly deliver. I mean, yeah, I agree to a certain extent that the keynote space is safe. Let's just say, I'm using air quotes here, right? We recently had Seth Godin on. Now, notice you're the headliner. He was the opening act. So you're the headliner here. But he only does virtuals now.
Yes.
And from his perspective, he can provide greater value and deliver a better service and a better product. Others might have the opposite, and they might be more content laden, but they feel that in person, that spark, that electricity in person is really important.